Hey guys, it's Aziz here, and today I'm going to be setting up my own reef tank. I have no experience in keeping corals at all. This is not an introductional video. This is me documenting my experience as I begin with this reef tank hobby. I'll be sharing what equipment I'm using and how I decided on my setup. First, let's talk about the equipment. I thought we'll start off with my tank. I got this tank for free. A friend of mine who keeps a reef tank and keeps corals, he no longer had a use for this tank and decided to give it to me. I said I'll take it. What I know about the tank so far is that it's about 12 by 12 by 12. It's a cube tank. It holds about 7 to 7.5 gallons, and it's not brand new. It's been used before. I don't know exactly what kind of stock he had in this tank before, but it's mine now, and we're gonna make it work. And it's the perfect size for my table, so that's pretty cool. So that's the tank. Give you guys your little. There you go. It's rimless. Yep, there you go. So yeah, so that's the tank. So I got quite a few things that I need to show you guys, because there's a lot that goes into reef tanks. So hopefully I can just make this pretty quick. I don't know how long this video is going to be. Yeah, so next thing up is my pump, or my wave maker. So you get this in focus. There you go. So this is a Corellia 425, I believe. I'm going to have everything that I showcase that I can find in the description. So yeah, this is just the wave maker. It's to create flow. Next I have this Fluval heater. I believe this is 25 watts. The reason why I have this heater is because it can adjust at the top. I get that in focus. I don't know. Well, yeah, it can adjust the temperature at the top right here. It's about 12 inches long, about the same size as my tank. So yeah, we're going to see how that fits. Next I have the filter, the hang-on back filter. So this is a Aqua Clear 30. I also got this with the tank. It's been used before. I did try to clean this up as best as I could. So I disinfected and everything. So I do have the little nozzle, just don't have it on the filter. It does come with its own media basket. So yeah, that's the filter. The next three things that I have is the things that go inside the filter to help with bacteria growth and to help keep the water clean. The first is the biomedia. Let's get sure if you guys can get that. Dang. I'll see if I can get a better shot. But this is the biomedia. This is supposed to help, I believe, create bacteria, good bacteria, in our tank. So yeah, biomedia. It's a little small bag. I also got carbon to keep the water clear. Another little bag of carbon. And then we also have a filter sponge, or some people, I don't know. Ours is a sponge. What I'm going to be using is a sponge. It does look a little yellow, maybe because it's just like an old sponge, but it was brand new when I got it. I just took it out the packaging, and yeah, I do have another one, so this might not be the best idea. I have a brand new one that's still inside the box. So this is also supposed to filter out some of the larger bacteria or things that could be found in a tank. So yeah. Alright, next thing we have is this thing called Turbo Start 900. Yep, so this is supposed to help cycle the tank a lot faster. It does have live bacteria in it, so this should be speed up the process of cycling the tank, so we can start putting corals in and stuff like that. So I got a little 4-ounce bottle, and yep, turbo start. Just to help cycle the tank. I now got some gel Gorilla Glue. This is going to help us keep our aquascape together with our rock. So yeah, I heard specifically to use the gel one because it dries clear, and super glue because we don't want the aquascape moving around. And I just chose Gorilla Glue because I know Gorilla Glue is pretty strong. So there you go. Next we have the glass cleaner. So I don't know if we really need this, but I have seen my friend with this tank have a bigger version of this, but like a flipper. The brand was Flipper. So this one is a Aquarium. It's a smaller version for our tank because our tank is small. So there you go. It just helps clean the glass without actually putting our hands inside of the tank. It's magnetic. So yeah. Next we have our salinity tester. So this is going to test our salt levels because the reef tank is a saltwater tank. So this is like an analog one. Yep. Yeah. It's called a hydrometer or hydrometer. Yeah, not much to that. And now we have our test kit. So this is just your standard or one of your standard test kits. Let's see. Yeah, so this is one of our standard test kits that I found online. This is for a reef tank. So it keeps calcium. The test calcium, carbonate hardness, phosphate, and nitrate. I also need a test kit for nitrite, which is coming in the mail. I don't have it yet, but yes, so I do also need a nitrate. And I also have one for ammonia. Same brand, I believe. Same amount of tests, just this one is ammonia. So yeah, ammonia test kit. Cool. Last, but probably the most important, is our light. So we need to have a specific light with colors to help coral growth. So we're going to be using the Lumini light. It's a pretty inexpensive light. It is adjustable, has an adjustable neck. It does come with a remote control. So yeah, it's a pretty small light for a small tank. Hopefully we're going to see how well it works. Yep, there's not much to the light. We'll get into more detail once we start using it. But it does have blue, white, and all other kind of colors. So yeah. So that pretty much sums up everything that we're going to be using in the tank, except for the sand and the live rock. Well, this used to be live rock. I also got it from my friend. So yeah, I got the rock from him and the sand. And also the water. The water is pretty big. I did get mixed, I guess, salt water from Petco. They have 5-gallon bags of water that you can use, and it's reef safe, and I believe it was like $10 or $15. So I got that. I'll show that later, and I'll show the rock later because I'm going to show you guys how many rocks I'm going to be using to create my aquascape and how my aquascape is going to look. And then once I start putting everything in the tank, I'll show you guys the sand too. So that pretty much sums it up, so let's move on to my aquascape. So this is one of the pieces of rock that I'm going to be using. It used to be live rock. It was living in a larger tank, a larger established tank already. Now it's mine, and it's been dead for a while. So I didn't do anything to it, I didn't break it or anything like that. So that's one piece. I'm using a total of 4 pieces. Here's another piece. This one's a little bit greener. So yeah, it's another piece. And there's another piece, one of the bigger pieces. And then lastly, we have this piece, which is about the same color as the first piece. And yes, these were all inside of another tank. I don't know if they were in the same tank, but these are all inside of one of his tanks. I'm going to create my aquascape. I'm going to try to glue everything together, and I'll try to show you guys the finished product. Okay, so here's my aquascape. I already knew what I wanted it to look like. I already like had pictures or anything like that. I spent a few hours trying to figure out what design I liked, and so this is what I came up with. I did notice that this rock had some, I think this is epoxy right here at the top closest to us. So it's like a little ledge. I thought that was okay. I didn't mind. Yeah, my camera has really slow focus, and this is a prime lens, so I can't really zoom in and out. But if you see down over here, this is where I glue the joints. I'm using super glue, so it's not setting really super fast. I did read that if you just put the aquascape in the tank with water, the super glue will dry faster. So we're gonna try that. Right now it's a little bit stable. I haven't left it out or anything like that. So we're gonna put it in the tank, add the sand, and then add the water really slowly. So hopefully not knock it down or anything like that. So I wasn't planning on putting this inside of the tank today. Just wanted to show it to you guys, but it looks like this is going in the tank today with the sand and the water. So yeah, that's the aquascape. Alright, so I successfully got my aquascape how I wanted it set up inside the tank without it falling apart. From what I'm looking at it right now, it looks kind of short compared to all the other stuff I have in my tank. So I'm thinking about setting my heater on its side so you can't really see the heater. And then, yeah, that's all I can think of to hide the heater. But as you can see, I have the filter put on, I have the light put on, I have the power head or wave maker. So I don't know what I'm going to do about the aesthetics of it right now with all the stuff in the back. I just put the heater on it because I heard that, well, I read that suction cups can't work when they're not dry, so underwater it won't stick. But we're gonna try it how it is right now, and then if I need to move it, I'll move it on its side, find a way how to get it to stick onto the water, onto the glass. But right now, I got the water taken out the bag inside of a 5-gallon bucket. This is 7 gallons. I only bought one bag of 5 gallons of water, so I need to go buy more water. But hopefully the water is just enough to get over the rock, and I'll get more water tomorrow and I'll add it in there, and then I'll throw the turbo start in there and have the tank start cycling. So right now, got the rock inside, gonna add the sand, and then we're gonna slowly add the water. I put it inside of a bucket so I can add it with a measuring cup so it can be nice and slow and controlled, and then we'll go from there. So let me get the sand. fluid ounce is good for 25 gallons. This is a 7.5 or 7 gallons. So I got a lot of it, but it does expire soon. So I'm going to use a few drops. I think if I put too much, it wouldn't be too bad. So yeah, the turbo start at 900. So yeah, give it a good shake. Now let's add some drops.